Hey there, this is your girl Candace Stuff coming at you all the way live from sunny South Florida. And today it really is sunny. Today I'm going to show you a small grocery haul. It's one of the last hauls I'm going to make this month or this year, actually, since we're at the end of December. What did I mean by next to last grocery haul? Well, as you know, I did give myself a budget for fresh vegetables, milk, and things of that nature. But before the challenge begins, I intend to get some vegetables, basically, to make sure that I have enough. My aim, if I can, is to go through that first month without shopping at all. So I'm going to pick up things like greens to put in my soups and stuff that I'm going to be making, during the challenge, and things like cabbage. So because cabbage is long lasting and it'll last in the refrigerator for a long time, sometimes even a month if you do it right. And just stuff like that. Greens, cabbage, and maybe some powdered milk, because I know I'm going to run out of powdered milk run out of milk in general during the challenge. And you can actually use powdered milk in baking. So I might get like one small container of that. We'll see. But it's going to be a very tiny grocery haul. I'm not stocking up, getting every food known to man, putting more meat in there and things of that nature. I'm not doing that. So that'll be my last grocery haul. And I'll probably do that on Saturday or Sunday so I can be as close as possible to the first, in the hopes that whatever vegetables I get will take me throughout the month. All right, back to the video. In my last video, I discussed the pantry challenge that I'm going to be entering into. Three Rivers Homestead is putting on a Three Rivers challenge. They do this every year and they have for the past several years. And I'm entering it for the first time. Being a city girl, I don't have a pantry. I don't have a separate pantry or a separate freezer or canned goods yet, but I do have way too much stuff in my cabinets and in my refrigerator. I did this last grocery haul to make sure that I could use all that stuff up by the end of the challenge. And the challenge is going to be running from January 1st until the end of February. So let's see what I got. Okay, so here's the haul. And I got it from two places, BJ's and Aldi's. And from Aldi's, I went ahead and got a few more diced tomatoes. Now, I know you saw last week that I had diced tomatoes in my kitchen, in my cabinets, but those were fire roasted diced tomatoes. And I actually have what one YouTuber calls a baby mouth. Rainbow Plant Life calls a baby mouth. And that is, I don't really eat many hot peppers. My mother used to tease me. She used to say, "You're the only half Panamanian I know who can't eat hot pepper." My father's from Panama. But yeah, I don't really eat hot peppers. So my plan is to mix 1 can of regular diced tomatoes, and you'll see I get the no salt added because I like to watch my sodium. Actually, this is not even no salt added, which means I'm in trouble, but whatever. So my plan is to mix one of these cans of diced tomatoes that doesn't have any chilies in it with one of the cans of fire roasted tomatoes. And that way, if I make a chili or some other dish, I'll actually be able to eat it. So this is part of my plan to go ahead and be able to use up the cans I already have in my pantry. As I mentioned in my last video, one of my plans is to bake bread. You can't bake bread if you don't have any butter or other oils. So I went and got a couple more of these Irish butters. They were like $2 and change a piece at Aldi, and it's really good butter. So I went ahead and got these so that I can go ahead and bake bread and other baked goods during this challenge. I'll be baking bread for the first time in my life, so that'll be interesting. I also plan to make homemade bagels, and actually protein bagels. So each of these bagels contains, I think, around, I'm not sure, 10 or 20 grams of protein, some high amount of protein you wouldn't normally get in a normal bagel. And in order to be able to eat the bagels, I wanted to have cream cheese. So I went ahead and got this cream cheese to be able to eat with those bagels I plan to bake during the challenge. And you can see there's a theme here. I didn't just go frivolously stock up, because if I stocked up big time, that would defeat the purpose of the challenge. I actually bought things that I could use to use up the items that I have in my refrigerator and my pantry and in my freezer. For example, this yogurt, one of my aims is to go ahead and make my own yogurt in my Instant Pot. And I have a yogurt in the refrigerator, but it expired on December 19th. So I don't even know if that's still good. If it is, I'll use it. I'm going to use it first. I'm going to try to use it first during the challenge. But to make new yogurt, I'm going to make sure I have a good probiotic. I want to make sure I have good culture that's actually going to be viable. So I'm going to actually use some of this yogurt to make the new yogurt when I run out of the first two. All right. Now, onions, I'm going to be doing a lot of cooking and I'm going to need some onions during this challenge. The onions last a long time. So I went ahead and got some onions. Potatoes. I am a potato maven. And I'm not going to be happy if I can't eat potatoes during this challenge. And I was so freaked out by the prospect of not getting potatoes and not having potatoes that I actually bought 2 bags of these. Now, I'm going to use them. I'm going to use them all up during the challenge. And I'm out of potatoes right now. I ran out of potatoes this week and we haven't even gotten to January yet. So I went ahead and bought these 2. Sweet potatoes are supposed to be healthier for you. And the sweet potato that I had in my refrigerator was all, bruised and battered, and I had to throw it away. So I just got 1 small bag of sweet potatoes. Not going to last me the entire challenge, obviously, but it's just something to begin. It's like a regular grocery list item. While I was looking at Aldi's site, I checked out these protein wraps, for one of a better way to put it. And I know I'm going to be doing a lot of vegan dishes during this challenge. So I wanted to make sure I got my protein in because, as I explained earlier, I like to get 150 grams of protein in a day. These have 12 grams of protein and only 120 calories, which makes them very efficient in terms of protein. So I don't know what they taste like, but we're going to find out. And the interesting thing is they also have oat fiber in them, which, remember, I had that oat fiber and I didn't know what the heck to do with it. So this is going to be interesting. I wonder if I can recreate these. But the bottom line is I'm going to give these a try during the challenge, and I'm going to make sure I eat them all up and use them so that they don't go to waste. And they're going to help me extend, for example, the protein in my vegan wraps. Like if I do a vegan tuna salad as opposed to a regular tuna salad, using chickpeas. And then, of course, I had to have one more package of my regular wraps because I don't know what life is without my regular wraps. Okay. It's one thing to have to bake bread. I don't know if I'm going to be making wraps during this challenge. I might. We'll have to see as I run out because I'm not buying any more. And then I had to get some bananas. The bananas you can actually freeze. They're very versatile. And I use them in my steel cut oats. And I'm going to be using them in this protein banana bread that I intend to make. So I need these for my protein banana bread. I might need these for vegan pancakes, things of that nature. So I bought it to be able to use during the challenge with the things that I already have. Now, Pop Secret popcorn. You're probably going to say, why on earth did this woman get so much popcorn? Well, here's the thing. I tend to crave salty snacks, and I don't know if I'm going to be making crackers during this challenge. And I have a popcorn maker that air pops. This could be a pretty light, and by the way, this is non-GMO popcorn, so I made sure I wasn't getting too many GMOs with it. This could be a pretty light snack to have at night. And so it's salty. I didn't want to find myself, eating too much because I'm craving something salty, or doing something of that nature, panicking. It's funny because I never thought that doing this challenge would incite so much panic on my part, but I found myself eating more mac and cheese this week, even though I wasn't supposed to, not tracking my macros and doing things that I'm not supposed to. I was really tempted to order in, but I didn't. And I find myself doing that. And I think it's a scarcity mindset that's affecting me. What the heck do I mean by a scarcity mindset? Well, if you know that things are going to be scarce, whether it's money, whether it's food, whether it's whatever, you can react in one of 2 ways. You can hoard what you have and not use it and use it very judiciously, or you can eat it all. If you know you're going to have a diet or something, you're going to start a diet, you go out for that one last binge where you consume 3,000 calories in one meal, every chocolate shake and every fry you can eat, And I found myself having the latter, where I was eating all these bad things and doing, and not that anything is bad, but not in moderation. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by scarcity mindset. In my mind, I know I'm going to be eating nothing but food that I cook, that's going to be healthy throughout the challenge. And so this week I kind of binged on things that were a little bit less healthy. Anyway, back to the show. I haven't even started the challenge yet. I'm being affected by a scarcity mindset. So to counteract that, I'm doing something like having one cheap food, which is a popcorn or something that I could have at night if I want to, when I'm feeling like things are too much. And that's what I decided to do. All right. And you can see it's a very small haul. I also got some water, and I have more water on the other side there on the floor. And I did that because obviously I'm going to need some water during the challenge. And some of the baking requires filtered water. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't just have tap water, that I also had, spring water or some sort of filtered water to use for baking. So as you can see, I was very judicious and very thoughtful in the items that I bought in this next to last grocery haul. I did order some more nutritional yeast from Amazon and some more textured vegetable protein because if I'm going to be cooking vegan dishes throughout this challenge, and I am going to be cooking a lot of vegan dishes, I mean, some, not all, but some vegan dishes, I need to have those two items to make sure I get enough protein in my vegan food. So I ordered some textured vegetable protein and also some more nutritional yeast. That big can of nutritional yeast you saw that I had in my cabinets in the last video was pretty much empty. I had no idea until I went to make myself a tofu scramble, and I realized that big old container was empty. I mean, I used the last of it in that protein scramble, and it still wasn't a full amount. So I went ahead and bought some more nutritional yeast in order to be able to get through the challenge. And that's going to be one of my proteins that I'm going to be counting on. Obviously, the nutritional yeast, the TVP, or textured vegetable protein, along with tofu and things of that nature. So there we are. Let me know if you're going to be participating in the challenge. Let me know if you did a last grocery haul and what sorts of things you bought. Did you try to buy out the store thinking you were trying to get through the months of January and February with no shopping? Or were you more judicious in your shopping? Let me know how it went. Thank you so much for coming along with me on this journey as I get ready to enter the Three Rivers Challenge. Your support and your comments and your likes and your subscribes really mean a lot to me and mean a lot to the challenge. And I really appreciate you. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Go ahead and comment below and give me a thumbs up because that really helps the algorithm direct more people to this video. And hopefully it'll help more people as I go on this journey and make my mistakes. And hopefully it'll entertain you with the highs and lows that I'm bound to run into during the next 2 months. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.